Let's do some astrology. We have me that needs my glasses, pardon me. I think it's funny that last title I put up. I don't want to talk about it now, but I just got done laughing about it. But see, let's just, if you can manage a laugh while Venus is conjunct Saturn. The thing about that whole thing, see, especially Saturn, where it is conjunct Neptune, it's inching up to the epic conjunct to Neptune here in May. And it does a trippy dance with Neptune, in fact, but it finally conjoins at 1 degree when it goes backwards. I was explaining that, but that happens in July. But see, and that's a different, see, that's another reset, the Saturn going into Aries. And see, let alone that we just got through Aries season, and then, well, see, Mars right now as we speak, it's getting out of the, it's still in the 0 degrees reset of Leo, and that trine, see, Mars is the Aries ruler, so it's like this Aries theme still, of course, and we're looking at Mars doing the kind of like, yeah, it just squared to Sun, and then now on the 25th, I don't know when I put this video, I think I'll put it up coming here sometime like on the 23rd or something. Try to make it long. That good old Mars opposes Pluto. And it's the last time it does this for, see, it's been doing this, it started doing this when it was in Capricorn, and that was 6 months ago, and now it's wrapping up the last first opposition. For some reason we have to go through this opposition, and it's looking like war, really. It's like, by the way, there's a, there's ongoing I guess you could call it awareness, can you dig? So then, talking about Venus going into Aries, it hits 0 degrees Aries in May on the 1st. And so here we are wrapping up, April. And so, but see, we still have Venus going into, it went back into Capricorn and now it's going forward. And it's doing a jig with not only Uranus here, it's a sextile, which is very good. But see, we have Venus conjunct Saturn. Now, Venus conjunct Saturn alone, we don't talk about the sign yet, but the sign in Pisces, whew, man, the only thing good about it is that Venus is that kind of like at home. It's the co-ruler there of Neptune and Pisces. So it's kind of really doing warm and fuzzy there, but see, Saturn is there. It's weird because I just get the picture of how Saturn looks in astrology. It kind of looks like a structure, like a chair or something. It's a structure. It brings structure to whatever it hits, and to do that with Saturn, with Pisces, is kind of a touchy issue, really. When people have Saturn and Pisces, they're kind of, their subconscious programming. I mean, they are a wreck. They are a product of abuse, most likely. Yes, they have some story of some helpless thing that went on that's not totally beyond their circumstances, and there's a generation that's like that right now. It's, well, people that are 60 or 30 years old are having their Saturn return now, and they are peculiar people, the Saturn and Pisces people. Anyway, we're having that Neptune, yeah, Neptune. Well, Neptune, when it clicked over into Aries, a reset. See, but see, now we have Saturn conjunct Venus conjunct Saturn, and that's giving us a little bit of a temperament. What I mean is, like, it's tempering down and making more calm and collected and patient our love lives and ability. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. But see, with the in Pisces, it's a very nebulous subject matter that it's handling It does see, it wants to bring into structure and rule like a routine, a schedule, some kind of goal-orientated thing because of Saturn there. And when Venus is there, it's just interesting to have Saturn and Pisces in the sky for us all, and then how that Venus is conjunct Saturn. It has to do with our love lives. So we don't kind of focus on that all the way, right? Like I said, Uranus is it's sextile to Uranus, which is a very good aspect. It's harmonious. It's chiming there. It's talking about our values. Now, see, we're still looking at with talking about Uranus going forward into the newest degrees of Taurus, which I don't think we've been in. See, we went all the way to the farthest we went was over here is about around about 26, I think, if I remember. 25, and it hits 26. Sorry. And now we're gonna get out of the fresh degrees. See, by May, see in May, on okay, so I'm gonna give you a date here. See, on the 13th on in May, we're hitting a new degree. Uranus is hitting a new degree in Taurus, which a lot of us astrologers are saying, oh, watch Mother Earth start doing a little shake-up now, and especially in those late degrees, which is a very full cup and full subject matter of the Taurian evolutionary style of consciousness or communicating, which says to look at our values and what we value and how what the exchange is all about. What is it really? What is money all about? What are we all about? See, it's talking about Venus now. We're talking about Venus. See, now we're looking at something that may restrict but restructure, and it might come through something Earth Gaia. Again, I think I was talking about it, and just a heads up, about the astrology coming on forthcoming, May, middle of May, that's when Uranus hits the new degree of Taurus, which could set off Earth global shifts that affects. Okay, Venus will be now. You want to look where Venus is there. See, now Venus is already in Taurus by then. I mean, you're conjuncting Neptune, but it's yeah. By then, we're gonna see it go back over my ascendant, which is amazing. I like to. Everybody likes when Venus is over their ascendant. It makes you very Venetian, looking, I guess. So anyway, thanks for listening to this stuff going on. That I'm trying to push through a lot of pain. I've made those videos, right, and bothered to put them up, and all I can tell the kids is that uh, wait, wait and try to meditate, right, so that you can get your downloads and um, try to get used to it, get used to how that feels, and well, yeah, thank you for your support and good vibes and everything. Liking my rapping that I just spontaneously went into the other day, but see, this video will be put on some other time. See, the astrology for all of us, because of the Neptune and Aries, it's a very new place. It's like we don't even know we're waking up out of a stupor. It's weird. So, I mean, what I mean is waking up, basically, okay? So it doesn't have to be as stupid, but it is, unfortunately. What are we going to do with it? What the fuck are we going to do, folks? See, I see a way we can turn the monetary system inside out, by way of our language being brushed up a little bit, but who's interested? And when do we get interested to do these things that matter most to us, especially if it's like, well, don't you want to stop running for the things that we all have to do it, like say like bill pay, but they have it's privatized to us. See, if we all just agree that we're here and say, hey, what do you think? Would you like, through your agreement, and it's not an agreement, it's more like that you are logging in and opening up an account with reality, which is very, very controversial because that's what you don't like about your narcissist. I tried to tell you that again, is that they do not like reality. That's their like worst fear, right? Because well, you mean that thing, kind of like the camera over there, can can see me and see. It's like, well, yeah, yes. See, a human being would say that, and it's because they use their eyes to see and their ears to hear. That's some like a mythical creature there. So then, having said that, the possibility of that going on, we don't need cameras as much, but then again, there are cameras, and I trip out on everybody like, do you notice that there's a camera on your freaking phone? And all of a sudden, everybody has like a really crispy camera on their phone and recording too, and how has that worked for a lot of people who are not at all like used to it? They're not all of a sudden, are they going to stick the camera on and make a video? Hell yeah, they are. How are you today? How did you make your video? See, with Neptune going over my ascendant, well, it's been tough. You can tell I've been kind of releasing some tears just before. It was actually from laughing. I started laughing at the title that I put on my, because I kept, see, I'm talking about the two types that are here, the two types, and I went like this, and these are like bowls, right? But they're turned on their side. I mean, I could go like this, but and then see that's like the Taurus, but it's really like that. See, there's as above, so below, possibly the non-physical and the physical that harmonize together. How about that? But the Bible, the Bible, the bowls. There's two bowls, the bi, which means two, and then the bowl, right? So there's the Bible, you know, and I just fucking think that's funny. I do. Because, well, why did I get so serious though? Is because it's true though. I mean, for sheep out there I'm talking to you about us sheep. We don't know what a Bible is, but we know what a Bible is. I mean, we can put that together. We can think, oh no, because we can pull it apart and say, no, a bowl is a bowl and a buy is a buy. There you go. Don't have to think anything more or less than just what it is as what it is. I mean, what Bible? I mean, can we reduce the Babel? How about that? Yeah, Babylon, and ooh, if you really looked at that, it's like, ooh, be careful. Do at least make the place of sex safe before you reproduce, because that means you were semi-conscious during it. Talking about the darned evolution of human consciousness. I don't know why I bring up this subject matter, because here it is. It's like, okay, so Venus, well, Aries, all of the Aries planets, Mars going into Leo, that's a place of fun. It's time to like have fun. It's a place of children and family, but more like, how when the family gets together and starts playing birdie or something. It's not like the Cancerian type of house, of fourth house. It's fifth house of romance, fun, spotlight, Leo, get together, camp out, freaking sing, you know, it's the vacation kind of feel. It's celebrating and to get to bed at 8 o'clock because we're going to do it again tomorrow. It's the bright, really, it's kind of like the August days, are here with Mars in Leo all of a sudden here in the early degree of the Sun in Taurus. See, thing about that, yeah. See, it's happening now. Sun square Mars. Did you notice some people that are kind of on edge, and now it's the people who are of the fixed signs, the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Aquarius is kind of cool over there, man. They are kind of elevated up, and they're watching out of all of the control freaks, which is the four fixed signs there. Oh boy, are they, I, I think Taurus is just the first passive aggressive, probably has all of them on a string, right? Because of the money thing, it rules our money, our pockets, our pocketbooks. And then Scorpio rules other people's money. And, so that's a control, a way of controlling, right? And no question that slavery is happening with money, Um, and that's the fixed signs there, and they're control freaks. And what's Leo have to do with it? Leo, a clown. Now they're known to be like these clowns, and just it's sun ruled, so it's like you can hardly beat their sunshiny disposition. Really, it's too much though. It's an egoic thing. Pretty soon you're like, no, that's a control freak and a half. See, they kind of take the cake out of all of the zodiac. It's like Leo is the psycho control freak from hell. It's like people love it too. They're like, yes, because we are under the sun, and the sun's doing spells. Ah, they're the worst witch. But no, I give the worst witch cake to good old Taurus. You thought that I was going to go to Scorpio, which rules the time of witches and stuff, but Scorpio's just being honest and saying, "Can we talk here?" I mean, there is witch over there, and they're kind of pointing at Taurus over there, saying, "Man, look at that fucking Venus-ruled person." The Venus, the Venetian, right? Now that's the woman, that's the witch, perhaps, maybe. Is she a witch? It's hard, when you. It's peculiar to find that men can be witches too. Then what does that mean? What is it? Well, in the little, there's Halloween. Women are usually looking like the witch, right? She's the one that has. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. Now, see, with Neptune going over my ascendant, it's gonna make me look a certain way. And did you notice my little dance I did going back through the things? It's like I can do whatever I want, really. And people go like, "Hey, my God!" I'm like, "Well, but yeah, but." So let's talk about the when Venus conjuncts Neptune right at the beginning of May. It's looking like here on the 1st and the 2nd, it's exactly conjunct. That's a special aspect. It's really a time to start priming up our mediums through which that we communicate anything at all, really. And really, what will pipe up, you'll see it. Definitely, I have to. I think of it more and more. It's like, God, I got to do this. Just fucking ride or die. Got to do it. Is to play my guitar a bit. And even do some recording and sing a little tune spontaneously. It's going to turn out great for any artist that tries to do something, especially if they are bridging the unseen scene to the scene with their ability to communicate through not just your words. See, that's what Neptune is, the higher octave of Venus, and we have yet to understand this whole fucking thing. Yeah. When we're talking about astrology and all of it, we are actually getting downloads of our generation. It's happening now, you know, with Mars moving back into Leo. See, when Mars opposes Pluto on the 25th, that's when we receive like it's like Popeye drinking his his spinach and getting his cha-ching boost of energy for everybody. That's why it's important to, especially over the last, well, at least the last 3 weeks or so, but it's been 5 months of people rearranging rearranging their physical, habitual lifestyles, if they possibly can. It's looking into, see, domestic issues, and it's not easy with Mars there. It's kind of aggressive, so no, but Mars had to deal with doing the dog paddle, just sitting in the rocking chair, and it's like, I want to get out and do things, and that's kind of Aries, and see now, I know we've been talking about it, but something to talk about, I guess. And hello, how are you? And thank you for your likes and subscribes. Mars going into Leo, and it trines to the Aries planets, and that includes the Neptune. And it starts to, well, I'm talking about the opposed to Pluto, which we have to get through that. I mean, we don't know, babe. See, they kind of did something each and every time that it opposed Pluto. Now that we're in the farthest degree, we've never been at the third degree of Aquarius as far as the Pluto placement opposing, Mars opposing at 3 degrees. That's just a whole, it's like, it's solid into that sign now. It's really going to give us a fresh look, like a real life glimpse at what the activities of mankind will be with regards to how that they handle the truth coming in, the truth vibes. And you have to watch. See, I did you? When the Pacific Palisades were burnt down, the way that the darn Hollywood style of reporting was handling it was very much an experiment too, as much as everything else. That it's like, they didn't report half of what was really going on there as far as casualties and a lot of stuff, and also it sounded very dehumanizing. I don't know, like non-human, and then so like now things were happening that they have to let us know. They have to point at certain things, but it's a big brush off. I mean, people don't even know why that they even pointed at, like the van that sat. See, all of the blue things seem to be surviving these darn fires. Isn't that weird? Yeah, paint your roof blue and have a blue car and see, there's some kind of blue containers that were next to that van, and they all survived for some reason. Um, so, well, anyway, I'm gonna stop this video here now. It's just me rambling, really. With that, see, we have Mercury in Aries. Let's talk about that. You know, it affects our speech. It will be going out of Aries in the middle of May, right about the same time that there's this thing going on with the conjunction with Neptune and Saturn, roughly. No, I'm sorry, it's Venus. Sorry. So anyway, hey, thank God for editing. I like that. So we have just up to date here at the end of April. Um, Man, this April was so trippy. I mean, it was the roughest time yet. I don't know. It's just we're not even rough through it, you know. But so Aries, Mercury, yes, there it is now. It's going to hit my ascendant on the 25th, and it trines Mars. We have a Mercury trine to Mars. This is a good time to, boy, it's just a steaming time for the fire signs to really start moving and getting stuff done. I mean, a lot of lawnmowers and shit going on. Be careful, don't light the place on fire. I doubt. It's just a time of coordinating through communications. A lot of things that can be done. We'll see. You know, it's how everybody works with the emergencies that could be coming up around about when you see this is a roundabout. See, this trine happens while Mars is opposing Pluto. It's interesting. It's got some backup there. And so, anyway, thanks for listening. I'm sure I've said that. Nobody talks about Jupiter now, and Gemini that has just gone spaghetti head, right? Just completely topsy-turvy with all of, it's too much to handle Jupiter in Gemini, because Jupiter expands and increases the number of whatever it hits, and Gemini kind of has that effect too. Mercury ruled, but no, it's because Gemini is like really multitasking with all kinds of different views in several different ways, and to just expand that, it's just it's a lot of too much information going here and there. It's like a spaghetti dish, right? And it's like, has anybody gotten any order in the court yet? You know, I mean, kind of a thing. Like if with anything, you know. But see, it has been squaring Saturn, which kind of puts a strain on our financing because Jupiter does rule our financing. So does Saturn in a kind of roundabout goal-oriented way. It's Capricorn ruled us, so it's the one who says, no, you better save your money, man. You know, you better do it right, and otherwise you're just gonna lose, right? You're just gonna lose. So anyway, what I mean is like you can't pay your bills, you can't pay the big stuff. You got, I'm just, I'm probably like everybody else who just, we are living day to day here. I hate to talk about it. You're not supposed to talk about your financing, but why? See, that's funny is that you're not supposed to talk about three things: political matters, religious, and then money. And that's like, those are the three things that are causing the most problems. And so now, who said not to talk about it? Somebody who says, now let's just put the cherry on top and ruin fucking all of society by saying that about those subject matters. And just keep it grinding like a fucking meat grinder. Sorry, pardon me. Hi, how are you? Did you get your taxes paid? It's April and we're tapering off there. I mean, everybody get on the sauce after that? I'm sorry, God, not really. That's not me. I'm not really even thinking about that, but it's good to keep a smoke screen up. I'm going to go and jump and rinse off in the shower here pretty soon. I'm so happy to have to say that, be able to say that. Instead of the other, like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm still working on my outdoor fantasy shower. And I am. I'm thinking of it right now. I want it to be a good fucking outdoor fantasy shower. Just the basics, really. You start with that. That's me. Venus and Virgo. It's like, yes, I would love to build a house. Start with the bathhouse. Let's make sure we have a place to go crap and take a shower, and then we'll start building around it. That particular room right there has to be fucking tits. You know what I mean? Put a small bed area in it, maybe. I don't know. Never, not really. Sauna. Rhymes with Shauna. All right. Have to slow down and do things and plan, and hopefully you can work it. It depends on where you are, who you are, what you're working with. Of course, money talks, shit walks down the road, right? But even still, see, that's scary, and especially nowadays, fucked up. You've got to get, it's like a hunker. See, a lot of people don't know, but it's a hunker down for the next 7 years. Well, the next 7 years, there's going to be a lot of movement. Breakthroughs can happen, but you better hope that the leaders, like say the next generation, which is the ones who are okay, they are going through some crisis right now, and the bottom line is that they're kind of like they're gonna squeeze themselves out of the fucking birth canal finally. And I'm not just talking about this Mars passage, which is very much akin to that, but I'm talking about in general the 50-year-olds. They're like, I think I need to do this, and it's really just a process of life. Did I talk about that yet? Did you see that video yet? It's on the 21st. Yeah, and see, I'm happy 420. I'm filming this on the 420, and yeah, I'm fine. So, but I'm going to be putting this on, I think, Friday or something, and some videos are getting sparsed out and edited. I might edit this one. You might see some. I think that when they are as hell as boring as like this one is, the editing makes it interesting, doesn't it? It does to me as a abstract kind of as an artist that I can be and talk about artistry. Be able to try it. Even though you're not really, if you say you're not an artist, no, just try to do something like poetry. Try to get into, now, the best thing that we can tell you to do, especially with the Saturn conjunct Neptune phenomenon, that they're going to be going like this in Aries. But see, with this passage with Neptune, it's we've had a chance to do this already, and the offering is still here, is to, first of all, learn how to relax, but don't be afraid to take a nap and just use sleep as a form of meditating, working into your real life, which is, well, see, hard to get to that because there's so many things that your darn fake life take up, right? If you know what I mean at all. I'm sorry that you do. I mean, can you get out of it? Can we all get out of it? Did I get out of it? I say yeah, because I'm looking at something. I'm like, well, there it is, a fucking backdrop of the fake fucking people in life. Dangerous, by the way, right? Dangerous people, because why? What do you mean, Jana? I've already explained it on some videos. I call it the most dangerous the most dangerous neighborhood that I live in now. It's just that's the way it ended up, and everybody's armed and dangerous here. I'm not kidding. They have, the Star Spangled Banner waving in front of their homes, and it's like, man, there's a faction of people who do not play that kind of labeling, that they just kind of go like this and say, isn't this a beautiful fucking place that we have together? No, well, no. See, from the left to me, right, left to me, and the right of me, and also front and back, babe, I'm surrounded. Fucking, I've been shaved. It was like last year. Didn't talk about it much, but yeah, a tree was, see, they left the stump on my side of the fucking yard, but the guy just he fucking cut that fucking tree down. It was kind of hanging over with some branches and stuff, and it's like, God, these people just do not want to live with the trees or anything. See, I had some raspberry bushes, and the sunny side is on his side, and there were so many blossoms. He's cut them down with the fruits on them. He just cuts them down and to just sheer fencing, and it's like, those are my bushes too, and he just doesn't want the fucking raspberry bushes. He's like, fuck my neighbor, man. I call him a psychopath because why? He is. And what has chalked itself in here? These are classic sociopaths. I mean, that's just, there's a product out there that the fake education system is building up right now. See, we keep thinking, well, what's going to happen, with the Mars opposed Pluto coming up. This video is probably going to go on near there or on there or shortly after. And so where are we with it? Did you notice something go on with Hollywood again? What are they reporting about what has happened? See, they use fire, but now I'm leaning towards electrical EMF waves, and the electromagnetic pulse that they can send through the earth to cause fucking major, big time, shallow but big earthquakes. Call them shallow. See, they began to realize the depth that they can. It's like the standard that shows up. It's like a 7 point, or I mean, 4.7 kilometers, I guess, into the ground is how they know that it's a man-made um, earthquake. But I'm here to tell you that when that stuff goes on like that, if it is done with weaponry and stuff and all this stuff that's being released onto the population, I hate to tell you, but it is coming from, see, we were talking about the Bible. There's two, and one of them is benevolence and the other one isn't. See, benevolence has actual power here, and that's the one who can be more powerful than even the media, right? Yeah, and even the the missiles that are going through the air like a nuclear warhead, and then they send out their benevolent little machinery that says "fuck you" and just laser beams, and then sends the warhead going stunted and defused and not dangerous to life, because there is benevolence here, and they won't let it get too screwed up. They'll just pepper the population with something that looks like that mankind is doing it. How do you like Shauna's sci-fi so far? Hit like and subscribe.